I never been homeless, so didn't think I would ever become like this. I had a life at one time. Everything was taken from me, you know? And then I ended up homeless. So, it's okay. But I was cold because I had no blankets. I have a bad leg and sleeping on the ground, that didn't help. Begging, it's not good to beg.
I've been homeless for approximately 5 years now due to health conditions, and I'm drawing my Social Security, but it's not enough to pay for my rent and my medications right now, so I'm on the street until I can figure out how to find the resources necessary for help. Problem is there are very limited resources. Problem is the money goes to other people than the homeless. These places start up, they get these government grants, and they are basically enough to pay for their building and their salaries, and what's left over doesn't go to the homeless.
Once America promised its seniors a secure retirement. What happened to that promise? In 2024, homelessness among the elderly in America rose by 6%, with 480 people now living without a home, marking the worst crisis since 2007. Our elders, veterans, teachers, and parents are being neglected, their dignity stripped away by systemic failures. This video delves into why this is happening, the human toll, and what we can do to restore hope. If you've ever felt that our nation can do better, this is your call to listen and take action. Share your thoughts in the comments and join us in facing the painful reality of elderly homelessness in America. The growing crisis of elderly homelessness. The image of an elderly person, their life condensed into a tattered backpack wandering through urban streets, strikes at the heart of a nation that claims to value compassion.
It's not really safe out here, not for everybody. Let's put it this way: it's not safe for everybody. If you can't handle yourself, you don't belong on the streets.
Yet this image is becoming all too familiar. The 2024 report from the Department of Housing and Urban Development paints a stark picture revealing that homelessness in America has hit its highest level since 2007, with 480 people now without stable housing, an 18% increase from the previous year. Among these seniors aged 65 and older are the fastest growing group, with their numbers rising by 6% in just 1 year. This is not just a statistic, it's a betrayal of those who dedicated their lives to building our communities. Consider Margaret, a 68-year-old retired nurse from Seattle. After decades of caring for others, she now spends her nights in a park, her pension consumed by soaring rents and medical bills. One hospitalization drained her savings, and eviction followed soon after. Margaret's experience mirrors that of thousands of others, each one a symbol of a system that has abandoned its elderly. These are not anonymous figures. They are the grandparents who told us bedtime stories, the workers who built our cities, the neighbors who once greeted us from their porches. Today they are the homeless in America, stripped of security in their final years. Why does this crisis demand our attention? seniors are particularly vulnerable, grappling with declining health and fewer chances to recover from financial setbacks. Chronic illnesses, mental health challenges, and isolation worsen their situation, making homelessness not only a loss of shelter, but a loss of dignity.
I'm sorry, I also have issues with mental health. I suffer from depression and anxiety, and that contributes to my homelessness too.
The elderly homeless face higher mortality rates, with their lives cut short by preventable conditions aggravated by life on the streets. This growing crisis challenges our core values, compelling us to face uncomfortable truths about the society we've created. As we examine the causes and repercussions that follow, we must ask ourselves, what does it reveal about us when we let our elders fade into obscurity, forgotten by the very nation they helped build?
Hopefully, America will wake up. Yeah.
The root causes of elderly homelessness. Why are more seniors ending up on the streets of America? The reasons are complex, stemming from economic struggles and societal failures that disproportionately affect the elderly. Let's break down the primary factors fueling this crisis, demonstrating how they combine to leave our elders without a home. First, housing costs have skyrocketed. Since 2021, rents across the U.S. have surged by over 20%, while Social Security checks or pensions, often under $1,500 a month, remain stagnant. In cities like San Francisco or New York, where rent can exceed $2,000, seniors with fixed incomes are forced out. Consider Margaret, the Seattle nurse from earlier. Her pension couldn't cover rent after a hospital bill, and now she's homeless. This isn't just a statistic, it's a daily battle for those who believed retirement would bring peace. Inflation makes it even harder. Food, medicine, and utilities are now astronomically expensive, but seniors' incomes haven't increased. The 2.5% adjustment to Social Security in 2024 is negligible compared to 7 to 9% inflation in recent years. Seniors face agonizing decisions: pay rent or buy food, get medicine, or keep the heat on. Too often, these decisions result in eviction and life on the streets. Then there's the lack of support. Housing and healthcare programs are overburdened or difficult to access. California, home to 181,399 homeless in America in 2024, struggles to meet the demand for shelters or affordable housing. New York and Hawaii, with homelessness rising 53% and 87%, are overwhelmed by high costs and a surge in migrants, leaving seniors low on the priority list. The system simply isn't designed to catch them when they fall.
I've been living in my car for approximately about 6 years. I gave up my home to bring my dad home from a nursing home, and unfortunately, he only made it a month, and I've been homeless ever since. Trying to find a place is just about impossible, to the point where you kind of give up.
Health issues add to the pain. Many seniors suffer from chronic conditions like diabetes or heart disease, requiring constant care. Mental health challenges like depression or dementia hit especially hard for those already isolated. Without affordable health care, one medical emergency can wipe out savings and lead to eviction. Nearly 30% of homeless seniors report that a health crisis pushed them into homelessness. How can a wealthy country like this allow its elders to fall through a broken healthcare system. Natural disasters and migration exacerbate the problem. Wildfires in California and hurricanes elsewhere have displaced seniors, leaving them without the means to rebuild. Meanwhile, cities like New York, overwhelmed by over 100,000 migrants in 2023 and 2024, have overcrowded shelters, leaving fewer spaces for local seniors on the edge. Finally, loneliness plays a harsh role. Many seniors have no family to rely on, estranged, far away, or gone. Without that support system, a single missed payment can quickly spiral into homelessness. Ageism in the job market and limited opportunities to recover make bouncing back nearly impossible. The elderly homeless in America aren't just unlucky. They are victims of a system that has failed them. As we explore the costs of this crisis next, we must ask ourselves, what does it say about us when our elders are abandoned to face the streets alone? The consequences and impacts of elderly homelessness. The escalating wave of elderly homelessness in America is more than just a statistic. It's a deep tragedy that challenges the core of our nation. For seniors like Evelyn, a 68-year-old former librarian now living in a tent beneath a San Diego overpass, the impact is immediate and overwhelming. Physically homeless seniors face extreme risks from chronic conditions like diabetes, heart disease, or arthritis, made worse by exposure to harsh weather and limited access to medical care. Studies show that seniors living on the streets have a life expectancy nearly 20 years shorter than those with homes, often succumbing to preventable diseases. Mentally, the loss of home, community, and identity triggers depression, anxiety, and worsening dementia. Imagine a 70-year-old, once a beloved friend or teacher, now invisible to the society they helped build. This is the grim reality for thousands. The broader impact on society is equally troubling. The homeless in America place immense strain on public resources. Emergency rooms become de facto clinics for seniors with nowhere else to go, driving up healthcare costs. In 2024, cities like Los Angeles and New York spent millions on temporary shelters and medical care for the homeless money that could have been used to fund affordable housing to prevent this crisis. Beyond the financial toll, witnessing elderly people on sidewalks erodes public trust. When citizens see seniors abandoned, it raises doubts about the fairness of a system that allows such neglect, fostering distrust and deepening societal divisions. Communities lose the wisdom of their elders, whose voices are silenced as they are pushed to the fringes of society. Families feel the weight too. Many seniors like Evelyn are separated from their loved ones by financial struggles, distance, or loss. Without a support system, a single missed payment can quickly lead to homelessness. Shame often prevents them from asking for help, trapping them in a cycle of isolation and despair. This loneliness forces them to face a harsh world alone with no one to turn to. The ripple effects touch us all as communities lose the stories and wisdom of their elders. We are compelled to ask, what does it say about our values when we allow those who shaped our lives to fade into obscurity? This crisis is not just about numbers, it's about the human cost and the moral challenge it presents. The elderly homeless in America aren't merely struggling. They are a reflection of our society's failures. The shortened lives, the burdened systems, the eroded trust, and the fractured families all demand more than our sympathy. They call for action for solutions that restore dignity and hope. As we proceed, we'll examine how we can tackle this crisis directly with practical steps and a renewed commitment to those who need our care most. Solutions to the crisis. The issue of elderly homelessness in America calls for bold action combining immediate relief with long-term solutions to restore dignity to our seniors. At the federal level, the Biden administration has promised to expand affordable housing, but promises alone won't be enough. We need tangible results. The Housing First model, which provides shelter before addressing other issues, has proven successful. In Dallas, it reduced homelessness by 10% in 2024. Similarly, targeted programs for veterans, many of whom are elderly, decreased their homelessness by 8%, reaching a record low of 32,182 last year. These successes demonstrate what is possible, but they need to be expanded to reach every senior across the country. Local efforts are rising to the challenge, offering a glimmer of hope. In Los Angeles, despite its challenges, rapid rehousing programs have connected seniors like Evelyn to subsidized apartments and dedicated caseworkers. In California, home to 181,399 homeless in 2024, these programs are a lifeline, though the demand far exceeds the available resources. States like New York and Hawaii facing homelessness, increases of 53% and 87% are overwhelmed by high-cost wildfires and surges in migration. Federal support is crucial to rebuild housing and ease these mounting pressures. The 2024 report from the National Low-Income Housing Coalition is stark. No state has enough affordable housing for its most vulnerable residents. Closing this gap isn't optional, it's an urgent necessity. Healthcare reform is equally important. Expanding Medicaid and mental health services can prevent medical crises from escalating into homelessness. A 2024 pilot program in California offering free telehealth services to the homeless reduced emergency room visits by 15%, proving that innovation works. Imagine the difference if this were implemented nationwide with fewer seniors like Evelyn losing everything to medical bills. But we must go further. Natural disasters, such as California's wildfires and East Coast hurricanes, destroy homes, leaving seniors with nowhere to go. Meanwhile, urban areas like New York, overwhelmed by over 100,000 migrants in 2023 and 2024, are seeing shelters overcrowded, leaving elderly locals stranded. Governments must act now, investing in resilient infrastructure and fair distribution of resources to protect vulnerable seniors. These solutions aren't just policies, they're a call to respect and honor our elders. From Housing First to telehealth, we have proven solutions at our disposal. The question is, do we have the resolve to implement them? Can we commit to a future where no senior is forced to face the streets? Expanding successful programs, funding affordable housing, and securing healthcare access are essential steps toward justice. As we move toward discussing how you can make a difference, let's hold on to the belief that every senior deserves a safe place to call home. Call to action. The crisis of elderly homelessness in America isn't something for politicians to solve alone. It's a call to all of us who value honor and responsibility. Grassroots organizations like Street Sense in DC and Real Change in Seattle are leading the fight, providing seniors with a lifeline through jobs selling newspapers and connecting them to essential services. These efforts demonstrate what's possible when communities take action, but they can't do it without support. You have the power to make a real impact. Get involved, volunteer at a local shelter, donate a few dollars, or drop off essential supplies. Call your representatives and demand more resources for elderly housing and healthcare. Share this video to ignite awareness in others about the homeless in America. Every action counts, whether it's spending an hour at a soup kitchen, supporting organizations like the National Coalition for the Homeless, or simply listening to a senior's story on the street. You've lived long enough to understand the importance of respect. Let's show it. Together, we can rebuild a system that restores the dignity our elders deserve, making sure no veteran, no teacher, no neighbor ends their life. Act now, because a person's legacy is defined by the lives they lived. Personal perspective. As I reflect on the elderly homeless in America, a heavy sense of unease settles in my heart. I grew up watching my grandparents carry themselves with quiet pride, confident that their years of hard work, teaching, building, and raising families had secured them a comfortable retirement. That promise lies shattered today. These seniors aren't just statistics in a report. They're the teachers who inspired us, the workers who shaped our communities, the parents who gave everything for their children. Seeing them on the streets abandoned by the society they helped build feels like a betrayal that cuts deep. It's a stark reminder that one bad break, a lost job, a hospital bill, could lead any of us down the same path. What disturbs me most is the silence surrounding this crisis. We rally behind countless causes, yet the elderly homeless in America often go unnoticed, their stories overlooked. It's as if their struggles are too painful, too close to our own fears of vulnerability. But turning a blind eye only deepens the wound. I believe we have a responsibility to act not just through laws, but with compassion. Volunteering at a local shelter, even for just an hour, can make a meaningful impact. Donating to groups like the National Coalition for the Homeless or advocating for better housing policies can help turn the tide. Even something as simple as stopping to listen to a senior's story on the street can help restore a small piece of their dignity. This crisis calls on us to look within. What kind of society lets its elders fade into obscurity? For me, it's deeply personal. I think of my grandparents' pride, their faith in a nation that rewards hard work. We owe it to them, and to every senior like Evelyn, to rebuild that promise. My hope is that this video inspires you to reflect, to act, to demand a system that honors our elders. Let's not let them be forgotten. Let's show them they still matter, that their lives, their stories are worth fighting for. Conclusion. The crisis of elderly homelessness in America exposes the deep flaws in our society, compelling us to act with purpose. Skyrocketing rents, inadequate health care, and systemic indifference have forced our seniors, our teachers, veterans, and parents onto the streets. However, these challenges are not insurmountable. Through transformative programs like Housing First, more effective policies, and a collective commitment to compassion, we can restore the dignity our elders deserve. This is not about sympathy, it's about justice. Join us in this fight, subscribe to our channel for more on America's pressing issues, and share this video to inspire change. Let's ensure no seniors left to spend their final years forgotten. Will you stand with us to honor those who helped build our nation? Together, we can rebuild a system that truly respects its elders,